Kids! Grab your imaginary passports and your bags because it's time to become world-trodden explorers right where you are.
Hello. My name is Asher and I'm your host along with my mom, Kristen.
Today, we're visiting our friend Mr. Kyle Wood, an elementary art teacher from Chicago and host of the Who Arted podcast and Fun Facts Daily, both perfect for the whole family. He's here to teach us about what art is and how it can exist anywhere, even in outer space.
Now let's travel to outer space.
Not quite yet. Before we get started on our episode, we want to say thank you to Micah and Eliada for your 5-star review. They said, "We recently discovered Culture Kids and absolutely been loving it. We live in Oaxaca, Mexico, and as a family with a mix of 5 different nationalities, it's so special for our kids to hear of other cross-cultural traditions and lifestyles. Keep it up."
Cool. I have friends that are from Oaxaca too. I hope I can visit there someday.
Me too. Grown-ups, if you enjoy our adventures, please consider leaving us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Your support helps more families discover our show and join our mission to explore cultures around the world.
Thank you very much.
We also invite you to make a contribution at culturekidsproductions.org. Every donation, big or small, helps us keep the culture train rolling. Thank you for helping us extend the Culture Kids dining table so that more children will have a seat and have a place to belong. Okay, Culture Kids, our imaginary train is here to whisk us away to Chicago and meet Mr. Woods in his very own classroom.
I just got out of school and I'm going back to school.
I can promise you this experience will be quite different from your everyday school routine. He actually hinted that we might even travel to outer space. And anything is possible with our culture train, so I am very excited.
Okay, let's see what adventures await us.
It is time to expand our imagination and learn about what art is and how it can exist anywhere in this world and beyond. Get ready to stretch our minds, ignite our creativity, and even embark on a journey to outer space. Hop on board the culture train because we're heading to art class. We just arrived in the bustling hallway of a cozy little elementary school. It sounds like the bell just rang and everyone's heading outside.
Okay, I guess school is out. Bye, heading home.
Oh, silly Asher, we haven't even seen Mr. Wood yet.
Just kidding.
Okay, I think this is his classroom. I'll go ahead and knock.
Hey, Kristen. Hey, Asher. Thanks for coming to join me. My class actually just left, so this is a perfect time.
Thank you so much for having us.
Come on in, take a seat.
Let's sit right here.
This classroom looks like the one we have at our school. It's colorful and sunny. I like it.
For those of us who are meeting you for the first time, could you tell us about yourself?
I'm Kyle Wood, Mr. Wood to my students, and I have been teaching K-5 art in the Chicago area since 2007.
And we also know that Mr. Wood hosts podcasts about art perfect for the whole family. One is called Who Arted, and the other one is called Fun Facts Daily.
What made you want to start those podcasts? We started Culture Kids because we love learning about how our friends eat, celebrate holidays, and do things differently than we do.
Excellent. I really love to create and explore these different ideas and make different connections. And that's actually how I started podcasting. I wanted to teach my kids to podcast. And so out of my classroom, I started making Who Arted weekly art history for all ages, where, we talked about different artists and artworks. And now I've just started Fun Facts Daily because I just love learning about different things. Like teachers, we're learners too.
Wait. Who arted? That sounds like who, farted. That's silly but funny.
The old joke around my house is that, the art teacher is the authority figure with a mind of a child. So I have no problem with taking the sort of silly tone to it. not everything needs to be serious, and it's okay to have fun while we're learning too.
That is very true. Okay, so we're visiting Mr. Wood today because I think that creating art almost every day is one of the most important skills we can all participate in. Not just for kids, but people of all ages. Which leads me to the most important question of the day. What is art?
Ooh.
I think it's such a great question to just understand what is art, because when you ask people, you can get like a million different answers, and they're all kind of right. I think the definition I have always found most helpful was art is the product of creativity.
The product of creativity. So what can it include?
It includes all the paintings and sculptures we see in museums, but it also includes the house we live in, the table we're sitting at right here, and the clothes we're wearing. All of those things were designed by different artists.
Even my shirt? Oh yeah, I guess there's a Pikachu drawing on it. I'm wearing art. Thank you very much.
Not even just that drawing. The shape of the shirt, the color, and whether it's long sleeve or short sleeve, it is all the product of creativity.
I like to tell my students, I think art is the most important development in human history. Like, it is how we imagine a better world and how we share that vision with other people.
So is culture like art too?
Yeah. I think it's also how we come to understand other people and other cultures. We look at the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, or we look at the paintings that were created by people in France or in China or in America or in Mexico or Brazil, like all around the world, everywhere people have been. And it primes our brain to succeed in a lot of different fields.
Oh yeah. Like, if you learn about other cultures, it helps you have new ideas too. Like, you can try new foods or learn a new language or new fashion.
Exactly. Art can be a way to solve problems too, whether it's on the playground, at home, or even at work when grown-ups are figuring things out. Finding creative ways where everyone can share their ideas to come up with a new solution. I think that's art too.
So being creative and making art is very important. So art really lives everywhere in this world?
Everywhere human beings have been, we find works of art. From the deepest caves to the bottom of the ocean, and even in outer space.
Huh? Outer space? Like the stars make shapes or something?
Oh, here it comes, the moment we've been waiting for, Culture Kids. I hear our imaginary train rolling in, but this ride's going to feel very different. I think we're headed to the moon to discover how art lives among the stars and planets. What do you think, Asher?
I guess let's go.
Okay, Culture Kids, grab up your imaginary astronaut helmets, activate your creativity, and get ready for blast off.
Countdown for liftoff.
Because we're about to find out how art travels far beyond Earth. Buckle up, guys, because we're headed to
Ignition.
outer space.
We have liftoff.
We did it, Culture Kids! We've landed on the moon.
Whoa, look at this place. It's all gray and rocky and quiet. Really, really quiet.
That's because there's no air up here. So no wind, no birds, not even a sound. But guess what? The gravity on the moon is way less than Earth. That means...
Woohoo! I can bounce like a kangaroo.
Yes, on the moon, you feel super light, like you're wearing springs on your feet or something. You can jump way higher, and it feels like you're floating in slow motion.
Look at me. I'm moon hopping.
Oh, be careful not to hop into orbit, Asher.
Yeah, when you jump on the moon, it feels like you're floating as you're going to stay up and drift down a little bit more gradually.
And the Earth from here looks like a tiny little blue-green shiny marble. It's magical here.
Yeah.
What a sight to see. So, Mr. Wood, what are we looking for here? Where can we see art here on the moon?
If you look really carefully, you might see a little spot that looks a little shiny compared to the dusty, crater-covered surface of the moon.
What is this speck we're looking for?
That little speck, only about, 3.5 inches tall or so, is a sculpture called Fallen Astronaut that was put up on the moon back in 1971.
Cool, a real sculpture? But wait, what's 3 inches?
It's quite small. It's like the size of a finger.
Oh, that's small. I was hoping to see a giant sculpture of an astronaut.
I know, but when you think about it, it had to be pretty small because they had to be able to fit it on board the space shuttle. And any bit of mass that they add to it is going to be harder to push up into outer space.
Oh, because the rocket should pass to launch.
Exactly.
It wasn't just the size, though. They actually had to be really careful about the materials. From what I've read, Paul van Hooijdonk, the artist who originally designed the sculpture, wanted it to be an aluminum person encased in like a blue acrylic. So almost like this clear, plasticky kind of cylinder. But they had to take off the acrylic because NASA engineers said it could be a fire hazard.
Yikes! Like it can catch on fire easily?
Yep, a fire hazard means something that could catch on fire too easily or make a fire more dangerous, especially in a place like a spaceship where everything has to be super safe. Okay, so why don't we bounce around a bit and look for this sculpture?
Let's go check it out.
Don't go wandering off too far.
Boing, boing, boing. Wait, I see something shiny over there. Is that it? It's so tiny. It's definitely not moon dust.
Yep, there it is. We're at the Hadley Rill where the astronaut David Scott first installed this piece called Fallen Astronaut.
Fallen Astronaut is a tiny silver figure just about as big as your pointer finger. It's made of shiny aluminum and it's lying flat on its back on the moon's surface, like it's resting or sleeping.
But it doesn't look like an astronaut. It doesn't even have hands or feet.
It doesn't have a lot of details. No face, no hands or feet. Just a simple little body in a spacesuit.
I mean, it does look like a human body, I guess. Why does it look so simple? Aren't astronauts fancy?
What's interesting about that, I've had a lot of students who look at these modern sculptures and think like, what's going on? This doesn't look much like a real person I've ever seen. I mean, was the sculpture just not very good? But the truth is, a lot of modern artists like Paul van Hooijdonk, who designed this sculpture, they would get rid of details for a reason. They had this idea that when you get rid of all the specific details that make it look like an individual person, it starts to become a symbol of all people. And so Van Hooijdonk wanted this sculpture to represent everybody on Earth and not look like a man or a woman or someone from a specific time or a specific culture. He wanted it to be this symbol of all people.
I love that. We learn about so many different cultures from all over the world, but at the end of the day, we are all from the same planet. And just like this sculpture represents, we are all human beings with the same feelings, hopes, and dreams. And that's what connects us.
But hold on, this can't be like 100 pounds. How is it not floating away?
This is a common question. Everybody wonders, how would an artwork on the moon not just drift away?
Yeah.
Well, the truth is, the moon, just like anything else that has mass, is gonna have gravity. So there is still a gravitational pull holding the sculpture onto the surface of the moon, just like it holds onto us or the lunar lander. But since the moon is so much smaller than the Earth, it's going to have a weaker gravity. And that's why when we jump up, we drift down a little bit more slowly, but we still drift down.
But if I throw it out into outer space?
Ooh, let's not do that.
Yeah, it could float off into space indefinitely.
But wait, what is that writing next to the sculpture?
Good observation, Asher. Right next to the fallen astronaut sculpture, there's a small silver plaque resting on the ground. It's shiny, almost like a mirror, and it has names on them.
That little card has the names of previous astronauts because this serves as a bit of a memorial to remember those who had worked so hard and sacrificed to make this ultimate success of space travel possible.
Thank you to all the brave astronauts from different countries that helped us learn more about space. We will remember you, and I will think of you every time I look up at the moon.
I could stay here forever, watching the stars dance and staring at planet Earth, just floating there like a shiny blue marble in a giant night sky.
Let's go bounce around the moon more.
Actually, guys, we want to be careful because there's more than just fallen astronaut on the moon.
Ooh, is there more art here?
Yeah. Eugene Cernan, the very last astronaut to walk on the moon, before he got back on the lunar module, he knelt down and drew his daughter's initials in the surface of the moon. And because there's no atmosphere, no running water or erosion, those initials will stay there forever, unless one of us steps on it.
Yikes, Mom. Watch out. We better not step on this art.
Oh yes, careful steps, Asher. Let's go look for these initials.
Let's go this way.
I see lots of craters, dust, no drawings or letters.
Slow, steady steps.
Oh wait, what is that? Are those the letters? I think I see them.
I think we found it. Here it is. TDC. Those initials for Teresa Dawn Cernan have been in the lunar dust since December of 1972.
Wow, these letters are ancient. So cool.
Hey, culture kids, what would you put on the moon? Would you write letters? Would you draw symbols? What would you make?
I would draw a Pikachu. Can I do that?
Well, we're in our imaginary Culture Kids adventure, so anything is possible. Go ahead.
Here I go. Okay, here's the eyes, nose, and can't forget the Pikachu ears. Okay, done. Pikachu is on the moon.
That looks great. I love this drawing, and it's so cool to know it can stay here pretty much forever.
Unless we come back for another adventure on our culture train.
You're right, but speaking of our culture train, I think it's time for us to travel back down to Earth. But before we head back, Mr. Wood, do you have anything else you'd like to share with us?
This is for grown-ups. If you want to learn a little bit about art history or a whole bunch of different topics, check out my podcasts, Who Arted? Weekly Art History for All Ages. I actually did an episode about Fallen Astronaut, so you can learn a little bit more details. Or check out Fun Facts Daily to learn a little bit about a whole lot of different topics in just about 10 minutes every day.
Cool. Let's hop on board, guys. I want to go home and play soccer. There's no way you could play soccer here on the moon.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work. And to our Culture Kids family, isn't it fascinating that art can exist anywhere, even in space on the moon? Remember, creativity isn't confined to studios or classrooms. It's all around us, in the patterns of leaves, the rhythm of the waves, and even the way we arrange our favorite toys. By embracing our imagination, we not only express ourselves but also discover joy, solve problems, and connect with others in meaningful ways. So keep your eyes open and your minds curious. You'd never know where your next masterpiece might come from and where it might take you. And lastly, always remember you and your family are valued, welcomed, and celebrated for exactly who you are, because every child belongs here at Culture Kids.
All aboard the culture train. Let's get back to planet Earth.
Mission control. Liftoff. We have liftoff. Liftoff.
Today we're also having Arden on the show.
Yay, Arden! Okay, but I'll go first. How do you put a baby astronaut to sleep?
How?
You rock it.
Oh, I get it. Because you can rock a baby.
Yeah, but it sounds like the word rocket ship, rocket. Okay, Arden's turn.
Why did Mickey Mouse go to space?
Why?
To find Pluto. The dog, get it? There's a planet named Pluto, but it went away. It just became not a planet. That's how it's not a planet. No, it didn't go away. Scientists just said it wasn't a planet anymore.
Oh yeah, good point. Pluto is officially classified as a dwarf planet, not a full planet, because it doesn't meet all the criteria set by astronomers in 2006. Anyway, okay, Asher, you go now.
Why didn't the sun go to college?
Why?
Because it already had 1,000,000 degrees. Get it?
Oh, I love that one. Like million degrees, meaning it's so hot, but degrees is like what you go to college for to get degrees. Excellent. Thanks for joining us today. We have episodes on Sudanese wedding traditions and so many trips booked on our Culture Train. So please hit subscribe and tell everyone you love about Culture Kids. You spreading the word about our show and leaving reviews is how we can reach more families around the world. We appreciate all that you do and see you next week.